everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you are new. My name is Jade and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my completed pages for December. So first of all, I just want to apologise for this video being up so late, but with it being Christmas and New Year's Eve and everything, it's been a bit crazy here and I haven't had any quiet time to just sit and film, so this is the first opportunity that I've got. So without further ado, I'll move these out the way and we'll jump straight in. So the first picture that I've got to share with you is from Enchanted Earth. So this book I actually got as a Christmas present, so I wanted to do a page in here. It's a beautiful book with lots of different lovely images to colour, and I decided to do, if I can find it, oh there it is, this little page here. So this picture, if I bring it up, you can have a look. It's all the different seasons, so spring, summer, winter and autumn. So I decided to do the winter section with this lovely little deer. So for this I used the Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils. So I just got the new, I think it's 120 set or 100 set of Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils. So I wanted to try them out in a book and see how they worked. So I thought this little sort of picture would be ideal to sort of test them out and see how they blend together. And the sky blended together really nicely. I've got like a dark blue and a dark purple. Hopefully you can see that on camera, but that blended out really nicely. So I'm really happy with how they worked on this paper. And that was the first little picture that I did. And I just used some white gel pen to add in the snow texture on this one. So that's the first one. Next I've got one from Johanna Basford's book, Johanna's Christmas, sorry. So I've done two in here now, and I only just recently got this book. So I did one last month, must be behind here. See if I can find it. It's hiding. Oh, there it is. So I did the gingerbread one in November, the gingerbread house. And then this month I did the snow globe. So this one was a little bit challenging. With the background, I kind of messed it up. I was trying to go for like the Northern Lights effect in the background. And I used watercolour paints. And it just didn't turn out how I wanted it to. So I just sort of kept adding different bits and pieces to it and then decided to add some sort of like clouds in. So I've got some purple and some darker blue clouds. And then I just added snow all over the top of it to try and disguise how awful the background was. But the actual snow globe itself actually came out quite nicely. So for this, I used the Brute Ferner macaroon pencils. So they're all like pastel coloured pencils for the snow and all of this little castle here. And then I just used a white gel pen to go around the sort of glass and add in some reflections, and went over those lines of the snow as well to make that a bit more snowy. And then for the bottom section, I used gold and silver gel pens with some glitter in. So that was nice and shiny. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how the castle itself turned out. It's just the background that I don't particularly like. So yeah, but you can't win them all, can you? It's just practicing, and I don't use watercolour very often for backgrounds. So this month I tried to sort of use it a little bit more and work on my sort of techniques. But yeah, still very much a work in progress. So that's that one. Next I've got this adult Christmas colouring book, which I got from B&M Bargains quite a while ago. But it's got some lovely cute pictures in, look, there's a little snowman there. But I decided to do this page. As you can tell, the book has broken. So all of the pages have come out. But this is the page that I went ahead and did. So for this one, I used the Castle Art pencils, and then I used a few glitter gel pens as well, just to give it some extra sparkle. So I used like reds and gold glitter pens. Hopefully the camera is picking that up. Just so that it had a little bit of a shine to it and it wasn't all pencils, because Christmas is always sparkly and glittery. So I tried to do that in this picture. But my favourite is these bows that I did. I think they came out really nice, the red bows with the gold trim. But yeah, that was just a nice quick one to do. I didn't do a background on here because I'd used so many different colours doing all of like the presents and everything that I wasn't really sure what colour to do the background. I mean, I could do like a pale blue background all over, I guess, but I decided to just leave it as it is for now. So that's that one. Next I've got one in Gnome Sweet Gnome, colouring book by Teresa Goodrich. So this one is actually a whip. I didn't manage to finish it in time. I did a New Year's Eve one, so party time. I thought this would be great for New Year's Eve. So far I've just used alcohol markers to do a base coat on here, but I haven't yet finished it, as you can tell. So you can see on the back all the alcohol markers because they do bleed through. But yeah, so this one I just need to add in some pencil work and do the background as well. So hopefully I'll get that one finished off in January. So that's the only whip that I've got this month. Next I've got this Disney watercolour pad. So this is all on watercolour paper, so it's really thick, sort of cardstock, so you can use watercolours in here. So I decided to do one in here. I don't think I've actually done any in here so far, so this is the first one that I did, and it is Mickey Mouse. So for this I used watercolour paints. I used the Arteza watercolour paints, and then to add in some sparkle I used, they're called UHU glue pens, and they're glue with glitter in them. So I just went round the edge of the trees with the glitter and added some baubles in, and then these blue stars up here I did with the glitter as well. Hopefully that will pick up on camera, but it's very shiny in real life. It does stick up above the paper, so if you were using it in a colouring book you might have problems if you were to colour like this page, because you would get the texture through. But yeah, I think he came out quite nice, and I used all watercolours for him, so I was quite happy with the result that I got. And I used a bit of white gel pen to go around his gloves to make them look a little bit more white. So that was that one. And then I've got another watercolouring pad that I did another page in. So this one I have coloured in before. I've done that one, Santa in a snow globe. And this one. So the one I did this month must be further back. Ah, here it is. Okay, so for this one, again, I used the Arteza watercolour paints. I also used some like metallic watercolour paints. So if I bring it up, you might be able to see. So this sort of silver and gold colour here was the metallic watercolour paints. So if I slightly tilt it, you should see there's a bit of a shine there to the silver and gold. And then the red was just a normal watercolour paint, the Arteza one. And then this is a red gel pen to add a bit of a sparkle to the bow, holding it up. And then for the background, I just went quite simple and added in some blue spots with some gold glitter. So this is the UHU glitter pens again. So just some little gold sparkly dots in the background. And I thought that was quite simple but quite effective, so I was quite happy with that one. And then the last watercolour pad that I've got is this one. So this is an A4 size, and I did some presents in here. So this one, again, I used the Arteza watercolours, and I also used the metallic watercolour paints that I've got. So this gold here is the metallic watercolour paint, and this gold here for this bow. Hopefully you can see the shimmers. And then on this big one, the purple that I used was actually an acrylic paint pen, so that's got some glitter in it as well, just to give that a little bit more texture and colour to the present. So yeah, I was just trying to sort of work on my watercolour and sort of add shade and things in with watercolour paint. So I don't think it came out the worst, but it's obviously not the best. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm still sort of practicing with them, so hopefully I'll get a little bit better soon. That's that one. And then I've got one from Disney Portraits. I think this is a Hatchet Hero. Yeah, Hatchet Hero book. So I've done quite a few in here. I quite like these little books. Here it is. So I did Elsa from Frozen. I thought this one would be a good one to do at this time of year. So for this one, I used the Cause pastel pencils. So all of her sort of clothes and hair and skin was done with the Cause pastel pencils. It was really difficult to get her hair looking quite light because she's got almost like white hair on the pictures. So I tried to get it as light as possible. So that was my attempt. And then for the background, I used a silver metallic watercolour paint. So you can see if I move it around, it's quite sparkly. And then I just used the Cause pastel pencils to fill in this sort of blue snowflake with a bit of silver gel pen in the middle, just to add a little bit of a difference in the middle of the snowflakes. And I think that was everything that I used on here. I think I did use a little bit of Faber-Castell Black Edition just to get some of the darker browns in her eyebrows, because you don't really have any sort of dark browns in the Cause pastel sets. But yeah, that was that one. And then last but not least, I've got one from A Million Magical Creatures by Lulu Mayo. So I picked the most Christmassy looking page that I could find, and that was this one. So it looks like they're actually sitting on a giant bauble, so that's what I went with. For this one, I used the Black Widow pencils and some soft pastel for the background. And then I used some white and gold gel pen. So as you can see, the background, I just sort of dotted red and green with the soft pastels just to break up the background so it wasn't all white. And then I used the Black Widows to do all of the sort of colouring of the bows and everything like that. And then I added quite a lot of gold gel pen. So we've got some gold gel pen on this bauble here and all of these little bubbles in the background. I used some on the fans as well, and for some extra details in the bauble itself. And then the other thing I used was a bit of white gel pen to go around the waves in here, because it looked like a sea to me, so that's what I did it as, with some nice pink flowers. But yeah, that was the last one that I did this month, you guys. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.